The National Coordinator of Maritime International, Barrister Sunday Oku, has called on Nigerian leaders to adopt a collaborative and negotiation-driven approach to tackle the country's challenges and achieve a greater peace and prosperity. Speaking at the 16th Maritime International Public Lecture and Award in Abuja, Oku emphasized the importance of negotiation in achieving peaceful and democratic leadership. He stressed that negotiation and finding common ground can ensure smooth administration and peaceful coexistence. Oku also urged Nigerians to adopt a negotiation mindset, especially when dealing with conflict, and to engage in dialogue to address the root causes of issues.
We discovered that in Nigeria, leadership is being negotiated. And most of the time when you negotiate leadership, you find it difficult to understand whether that leadership is democratic. And that is why we come up to discuss the negotiating leadership in Nigeria. What are the leading elements? And that was what the lecture is all about. Negotiating it because of our diverse, ethnic groups in Nigeria. You negotiate it. You tell yourselves, okay, this time it will go to the north. This time is it going to go to the south? This time is it going to go to the north central? That is negotiation. That is why we come up with this. So how to negotiate it to be peaceful and to be democratic and to be on the same page. There is need for us to discuss it. That is why we discuss it today. And discussing it, we have come to conclude that there is need for us to always negotiate. Because when you negotiate on the table, you're bound to have peace. When you negotiate and everybody agrees, you're bound to have smooth flow administration. And that is what we have just agreed on today, and we have done it.
The Director General of People's Democratic Institute, Dr. Edward Ade, emphasized the need for Nigerians to take an active role in demanding accountability and transparency from their leaders and to work together to build a more just and equitable society. Also speaking, the chairman of the event, Engineer Felix Okeke, expressed concerns over the current state of governance in Nigeria, urging Nigerians to rethink the leadership recruitment system and seek out leaders who will deliver democracy dividends to the people.
What we have just talked about here today is leadership. When we have leadership, we also have followership. It is important for the followers also to contribute very seriously in the area of how to get leaders accountable. In a country where followers don't get leaders accountable, then there can be no accountability. If you don't ask for accountability, who will be accountable to you? Accountability must be sought for. Accountability must be asked for. So if you are in a country and you are a leader and your followers are not asking you for accountability, then you don't give them accountability. Many leaders get relaxed. They conquer their followers because their followers cannot request or ask for accountability. So if you ask me, I'm asking Nigerians who are followers of their leaders to begin to ask for accountability. And you do that institutionally. You don't just do that by going to the road and causing trouble or blocking the road and causing violence and all that. There are institutions of government all over the country, at the national level, the state level, and at the local government level. So followers should use those institutions.
Are they using their money to do it? It's our own money. So they have not done anything spectacular to warrant. So I think we need to really begin to question our leadership recruitment system. Because you find out it has become the biggest business in Nigeria. That is to go into politics and become the biggest business. Somebody can mortgage all his earnings to go into either a House of Assembly or House of Representatives or whatever it is. All he's doing there is to begin to recoup what he has extended and multiply it. So he's not thinking of what he wants to do for the people. So I don't believe that the government...
We should check on ourselves. We should go through all these qualities that I talked about of leaders. If you follow the qualities of a leader, that is when we'll be able to fight corruptions. I mentioned you must be emotionally intelligent. You must be self-governance. You yourself as a leader, you must govern yourself before you be able to govern others. That is fighting corruption. That is number one, fighting corruption. Then emotionally intelligent. You must be emotionally intelligent as a leader before you be able to be a leader. Understand your own emotions and that of others. That is when you'll be able to understand the corrupt ones.
The event brought together stakeholders from various sectors, many of whom were recognized with awards for their outstanding contributions in their respective fields, reinforcing the call to action for others to actively participate in societal development.